Hello and welcome everybody to part 2 of LiquidTLO versus Makal on Tal'Darim Altar. Man, that was such a bad cut. I was hoping to get that cut in before that engagement started, but I did not manage to get that engagement I didn't manage to cut it off quite in time, so that was really terrible. I apologize for that, guys. Right in the middle of that battle, right as the mutas were moving in. But we are now going to get to see what happens from this push from TLO. A lot of Hellions here moving up forward, trying to see if they can't get some early Ling kills here, and this is a lot of mutas that are now coming in. 16 mutalisks coming in, getting ready. They have been magic boxed, but they are just scrunched up just a little too much. They are going to take some splash damage from those Thors. Lots of Lings streaming in, but oh my gosh, I don't know if these mutas are going to be able to hold. A lot of Thors actually going down. Very nice magic box there actually by Makal, now dealing a lot of damage to these siege tanks, and it looks like Makal has managed to hold off that attack. Very nice defense there by Makal. And we're going to see if Makal can finally get a chance to go on the offensive. With this many mutas, I think he's going to be able to come on the offensive. Looks like TLO did try to squeeze some Hellions into this mineral line of Makal, but no, he was rallying his Lings to the front of his natural, and so he did manage to hold them off quite well. A lot of barracks here now up for LiquidTLO. Looks like he's going to be going for a little bit more of a barrack style of play. Looks like those Thors haven't done quite as well, and my god, 6 factories up, 7 factories up on the field, or no, 6 factories, I counted right the first time. 6 factories now up for LiquidTLO, as well as all these barracks, so holy cow. TLO is going to have must have some major income right now to be able to produce off of all those structures. Looks like Makal is going to be moving in with these mutalisks, trying to see if he can do a little bit of damage. He's rallying some more mutalisks in. +2 attack for his mutalisk is now coming up, so those are really going to help him in taking out those Thors if he magic boxes properly, and taking out these missile turrets and SCVs quite quickly. A lot of Lings here defending this third of Makal. Looks like Makal is now expanding to his 4th. He does know that TLO is on this 3rd base, so it looks like he's just going to try to keep a contain on TLO, going to try to keep him contained to these 3 bases. He's sending out Lings to the other bases to be sure that TLO does not expand anymore. It looks like he is going to be going for a full contain of these 3 bases and try to see if he can't keep TLO on this 3 bases and see if he can't just starve him out and play that defensive game. Not a bad style of play for this Zerg player, as he has been able to defend all of TLO's pushes very well. If we check out the Harvester count right now, looks like Makal is at about the 70 Harvester count, depending on the style of Zerg that you like to go for. 70 is not a bad count. A lot of Zergs will like to go up to the 80 drone count. 90 starts to push it a little bit, but a lot of Zergs like to hit around that 80 drone mark. Destiny, again, is one of those players that likes to be around that 60 to 70 drone mark, just because he feels like he does not need the crazy economy and the ability to just mass produce units off of lots of hatcheries like a lot of Zerg players do go for, since he goes for those infestors, which can be very cost effective if used properly. So it looks like TLO right now just content to sit back. He has now given up on that very aggressive style, and it looks like he's just going to build up a bigger and bigger army and really getting ready to push out with a lot of mutas. He knows that his opponent is going for a lot of mutalisks at this point, so he's going to be going for a heavy Marine style of play with these Hellions there and siege tanks to take out those Marines, and hopefully those Thors and Marines will be able to pick up these mutalisks. The only thing I have to say about TLO's play is that he's going for such a wide variety of units, and he's switching tech so many times that his units are just not going to be quite as strong. Makal's play is very strong right now. He has no upgrades on these Marines, though he is 2-2 on all his mech upgrades. Makal has been investing heavily in Marines and Mutalisks. This means that his Marines and Mutalisks are very well upgraded and are going to be very strong, whereas TLO, though he has a good variety of forces, is not going to have quite as strong of units, and a lot of Mutalisks moving in here. Good magic boxing there by Makal. They could be spread out just a little bit more, but he is managing to get quite a decent number of kills. The Banelings moving in there, trying to connect with as many Marines. Didn't quite get as many as they want with all those mech units there stuck in that choke. A lot of those Banelings were wasted on the Thors and siege tanks, so a lot of these Marines survived, and all those Mutalisks were forced to pull back from all those Marines and Thors. So it looks like TLO is going to be happy to sit here right at the doorstep of Makal and try to get some good harassment in with that siege tank. Looks like he's going to force a cancel on that level 2 upgrade. Carapace upgrade for those Lings, and a lot of Lings here moving in. So much damage being dealt by those Hellions. Those Hellions just getting massive numbers of kills on those Lings. Just so much damage being dealt. But all these Mutalisks moving in, magic boxing again, trying to take out this Thor, and trying to go for a second Thor now. Most of the Marines have been taken out. Only 2 Marines on the field right now, but more being rallied in quick. They are stimming in, trying to do as much damage. All the Thors have been taken out. More Lings and Broodlings here streaming in, trying to finish off these siege tanks, and it looks like TLO is going to be forced to pull back. Looks like Makal just barely holds this with 4 Mutalisks, rallying in a lot of units. 11 Mutalisks on the production tab, 8 Zerglings. Looks like he has managed to throw up another base, but he's not able to saturate it just because of so much pressure here coming from LiquidTLO. But, oh man, I don't know if he's going to be able to outproduce TLO here. TLO, as a Terran player on 3 base with so many mules, it just has ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous macro, producing a lot of army units, and it looks like he's moving in with another massive force. I don't know if Makal is going to be able to hold this. Makal is macroing up as many Mutalisks as he can, but that is so many Marines. 6 Banelings, or 5 Banelings here morphing in, but they are not going to be able to do well if TLO places these Thors at the front. Lings coming in, but they are just not going to be able to hold, and looks like Makal moving in here for his final defense, trying to get as much damage as he can, but those Thors just dealing massive amounts of damage to those Mutalisks, and looks like, I don't know if Makal is going to be able to hold this off. More Banelings being morphed in here, but this is just so many forces from TLO. TLO 140 food to Makal's 87, and the GG from Makal. Well played by TLO. You gotta love TLO. He's such an amazing player. Gotta love that macro style, and that 3-base Terran is just so strong. TLO, just such a good macro player. He was able to constantly macro up very large armies and just constantly just throw units at Makal. Very good countering there with the choice of Hellion Thor, early Thor, to get those Mutalisks. So he was just well countered. Makal he was just well countered at every corner, and was just never able to get to any kind of aggression. So I hope you guys enjoyed that game. If you did, please comment, please subscribe. I always want to make these things better. Please tell all your friends about it. I do want to try to get more viewers on my videos because I really do enjoy doing this, and I don't know, I just love casting these games. So, well played, GG everybody. Comment, subscribe. Yeah, Glitch out.